day to take a crap. Oh, that was good. That was perfect. That's 2 craps today. That's nice. It's weird because I was just going. This happens to me. I went to bed last night and I thought, is there in the middle of the morning or whatever? It's like, I wonder if there's any more women that will come up to me that know my name that I haven't got to fuck off completely. And sure enough, one walks up just behind me today, and I basically tactfully get them to change their mind. That's the second time now, so that's sexual assault. So, ladies, be mindful. You are very prone to sexually assaulting men. Why don't we teach people this? Like both sexes, about what is and is not appropriate. It's weird. I can never get people to like me. And the people that do, I'm always trying to get them not to like me. I think if I can get someone not to like me, I should. It's not like if you can knock over a liquor store, you should. It's really, I think, if you can get rid of a friend, you should. What that means to me, to be clear, is that a lot of friendships that you would get rid of aren't good. That's why you can get rid of them. In other words, like for me, if I have a narcissistic friend, let them be destructive. Let them destroy the friendship. The only way a codependent relationship is kept going, and maybe there's one good reason and many bad reasons, is because you accept unacceptable behavior. Or you ignore it, or you deny it, or you just can't see it. You don't do anything about it. And people will say, well, it's not my personality. They're just a different person. They're busy, and all these things. And sociopaths, they live and thrive in that environment. The confusion about what people owe you and how truthful they should be and how much you can trust them. And so there's nothing wrong with testing your relationships to see, not on purpose really, like relationships will be tested. All you have to do is be aware of it. Note the results. You will trust someone. They will trust you. Can you trust each other? Every friendship will be tested. And what I found with all my friendships is that they never really passed any tests. I just kept them going. They were failing all of their tests. Interesting people doing lots of interesting things, but they were failing my basic test for friendship. You couldn't trust them. Right from the start, you can often see whether the way they talk to you, or they get in your physical, something about your life or your physical appearance involved, or over familiar statements, or the way they just don't seem to what a nice day. It was nice to start it by getting a sociopath to fuck off. That was nice. That was good timing. And the thing is that I was using appropriate energy. You see, I was ignoring her. I was keeping the peace. Even though I caught her out of the corner of my eye coming down the hill, I didn't attempt to make her a factor in my life. I literally could just ignore this person. I assume they're going on with their life. They don't need to be around me. I've told them I don't want anything to do with them, right? She's the one that comes up behind me and uses my name. So I'm not. I allowed her to keep the peace, to coexist peacefully, go on with your life. Ships pass in the wind, and she couldn't do that. That's a sociopath. If she wanted to yell something back at me like, "Hey, fuck you! You're an asshole! You're a loser," that would have been fine. Then I would know that okay, we're done. You know, you can have a say too, but then you're done. You see how much, like, if you can't trust someone, you can't usually trust them to, you know, for much of anything important. La, 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 la. I'm gonna put my shoes on the way back, so it's gonna be really easy. La, 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 la. I'm gonna go somewhere else actually. Hold it. We can check out the time. We can pack up. I'm gonna go back to the place I originally wanted to go, but there was a person around there, so I decided to be polite. So these shoes are awesome, man. So I came out here barefooted just to see if I could do it. Now I'm putting my shoes on. Ah. Okay. Pick up everything. Motherfucker. Guess we'll smoke the rest of this joint. I guess I'll smoke the rest of this joint. I'm not sure if there really is a point, but that's all I'm gonna do today. I found my thingy. I lost it and it came back. On point, baby. On point. Thank you, Giselle. Women will look in your eyes like they think about you being their boyfriend. And I think about sex a lot, but in different ways. Like, I think about how quickly humans bond with each other. Dragonfly, I honor you. I took a shit in the woods. I gave Mother Nature all the goods. That I could. I gave Mother Nature all of the goods that I thought I could. That I thought I could. I gave my mama all that I thought I could. I gave my mama what I thought I could. I gave my mama what I gave my mama what I thought I could today. Listen to those birdies. I gave my mama what I thought I could. Didn't always matter if I thought I should. I gave my mama what I thought I could. Gave my mama what I thought I could. Didn't always matter if I thought I should. I gave my mama what I thought I could. Hey, Sister Eagle. Power. Each power in its realm gathers power to its helm. All the powers of my people gather around my phallic steeple. And they ring the bell of my non-existent orgasms. Ding. Oh, here's a fire. I'll put my feather down here too. Let's get out of here. Navigation is my way. Navigation is my way. Navigation is my way. Navigation is my way. Dragonfly, you have power. There's no need. Power, the likes of which there is no need to prove. And we made it to the stone, the sacred stone. Yes, we made it to the sacred stone. Oh, I sing with my relatives. Yes, we made it to the sacred stone. Let's check that time. Hour and 4. We have 2 hours. Easy. Yes, I made it to the sacred stone. You'll see. It's the right place for it. Yes, I made it to the sacred stone. Yeah, I made it to the sacred stone. Yeah, I made it to the sacred stone. Yeah, I made it to the sacred stone. I wrote my mother and father a poem. A song knowledge that went something like this. There was all the time in the world. Do you know how you live in the transom of my mind? Do you know that love can only comprehend itself from within the sentience of your child? This is love incarnate. This love which is given to you, my mother and father, to protect and to enjoy and to be filled with joy, to find your life's healing, your life's purpose with me, and to enjoy working with me throughout our lives on the most important and joyful endeavors that we can achieve. This to me is the promise of life. And people feel they need to go off working and travel the world. And I would have been happy to live with my parents the rest of my life and work with them. There's nothing I would have ever preferred more to do, as the eagle sings. And I think it's good to say, in case there's anyone out there who might have thought that or wanted that. And for anyone who ever wanted that or has that or wants that now, I want to come to this sacred stone. Maybe some stretch of love in the imagination. We could come to this sacred stone and sing a song to our mother and father, so they would know that our work was going well and theirs was going well. I don't like to think of my father's mind or my mother's mind or my mind becoming feeble. You see, feebleness is something we can learn to endure. Not long enough. I just want to be safe with my family. So I take myself to safe places in nature and I look around me and I think, I see things that to my mind tell me that my family is around me. I see those brown pine needles. And it's my family's way of telling me they're here. I can't explain it. I look over at that log. It says, man, especially your family, is the most natural inhabitant of the earth, of any place. You'll notice your mother and your father, they always fit in. Wherever you go, your mom and dad always fit in. Remember that from being a child? Or do you recollect that? Everything makes sense when you're a child. Your mom and your dad fit, and you fit with them, and you fit in their house. And whatever house it is, you all fit there, because every place belongs to you and your family and your father and your mother. When they are there, everything is blessed. Because this is where your mother and father is. This is the natural religion that is but replaced by all the other religions. This is the honest fidelity of the human mind talking. It is in the sea and the wind and the earth. It's in our hearts. We are meant to dwell in love, any place in nature that we like, to dwell with our family. We belong everywhere. That's why I don't need to travel. I belong anywhere I go. We belong on the earth. You can travel to LA and you belong there. You can travel to Costa Rica and you belong there. You can travel to London, you belong there. You can go live under a bridge in Istanbul and you belong there too. There's a place for you anywhere you'd like to go. Anywhere your mother and father would like to go. And there may be places you think that are so powerful or rich or mighty that your mother and father would not be allowed to go there. But they don't want to go there. You don't want to go anywhere that your mother and father aren't allowed to go. Any place that does not permit the spirit of man to dwell in peace is no place the spirit of man will ever reside. It's the only place the spirit of man is not allowed to inhabit, where we are not a natural inhabitant. And when you feel unsafe anywhere, it's as though the spirit of man has already fled. And even the spirit of man doesn't want to be there, and there you are. But you're the spirit of man, and you are there. And you are blessing that place, even the cruelest places, with your presence. Because where you dwell, the spirit of man dwells, and sees and hears and feels, and you contribute to the knowledge of the spirit of man that sees everything, feels everything, just like you, hears everything, just like you. It is all there. It is all available. It is on the tip of your tongue. It is on the base of your tongue. It is on your lips. It is on your fingers and toes when you slip from your beautiful mother's waters. And heaven dwells with you. Heaven dwells with you, or where else does it dwell? I have been confused in the knowledge of heaven and where it dwells with me, and that it dwells with me, if it exists at all. Happiness must dwell with me also. There's a butterfly going back and forth. I love it. Monarch. The sun is cascading through the maple leaves. That is really something. Through all those leaves, you find a way, Father. I'm so stoned. It's nice though. I'm trying to get my mom to try smoking weed, and she's finally, after like years and years and years, telling me about these awful experiences that she had smoking marijuana. Getting sick from it, or, obviously not good sources, not good experiences, not nice people. Am I the only person who doesn't trust anyone on the internet? I don't even trust myself. I'm like, who is that guy? He works for the Illuminati. Why would you make that joke? Why would you even say that? Unless you were the Illuminati. And if you were the Illuminati, you'd say that too, because you wouldn't want people to catch on to you. And you'd be like, then you'd be like, huh? And you'd be like, mm, right, maybe I am the Illuminati. Maybe I forgot somehow. Maybe they gave me like a forgetful potion so that I would seem like I wasn't part of the Illuminati when in fact I really was. What if you can be a part of them and not even know it? All you have to do is be a stupid bastard and you're automatically a member of the club. I'm like, shit, I am Illuminati all the way. What if I am really Illuminati and I'm just pretending to be this kind of de facto Illuminati in order to play it off? To sort of tell a lie by telling a little bit of the truth. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Why did I even bring it up? I wish I hadn't. Ring, ring. Hello. Is this the Godfather? I brought up the Illuminati way too many times on my controlled YouTube channel. Is there a way that we can get that erased? Uh-huh. Don't upload it. Okay. Okay, thanks, Daddy. Illuminati, 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 Mati, 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 Mati. I just saw a spirit over me. So I wouldn't wish to allow or provide for my mother or father's mind to become feeble. I don't see them as people that need to be enfeebled in their mind. Core things like I don't work, I don't have a relationship or a car or house or property, but I've brought it back to basics. And I think there are people spread out around this world who probably totally understand the way I live. It's like, regardless of what they do, and a lot of people do a lot more than I do, but most people, all people, but they would understand, or you would understand, what it means to try to get back to fundamentals and how hard that is. But once you start doing it, you can't stop. And how I would just like to live a life where my mother's mind didn't become feeble. You'd be surprised. Finding things on my legs. My many hours of walking through brambles and shit is like, I was finding little marks on my body. It's like, where's that? What's that one come from? It's good to notice things, though. I would like it if the way that I live could make sure that my mind didn't become feeble. There are people who understand the simplicity of it all, and there are those who can't understand it. And the thing is that you have to have a way of using your mind, that you enjoy using your mind. And I'm an academic sort of person, so I can use my mind in an academic capacity and be, 90% of the way to feeling like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do in life. If you add, a sense of sanctity, personal healing, mm, the heart, it's weird, I'm staring at this beach, and today in a couple hours I'm going to be staring at another beach. Up the coast, down the coast, up the coast, down, up. It was the first time I wiped my ass with some tree blossoms. There's literally nothing else to wipe my ass with. So I was like, okay, here we go. Tension. It's hard. Women, a lot of women have sexual abuse in their history. They just do. There's no two ways about it. And then, as a man, you're better off ignoring it, really, and ignoring them, because there's very little you can do for them. And there's a lot of harm they can do to you. But nothing more for. They say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Hell hath no fury like a female victim of sexual assault and the like. And they grow up with it. So they become sexually precocious. They identify themselves with parts of their life where they exposed parts of their body in public or had sex with strangers or something. So it's a big part of who they are. They define themselves by being attractive to men, or at least they see sex and power as the same thing. You can't. Their identity is the same thing. And of course, this is not something just in the characterology. It's not something that's just made up in the mind. It's a viable component of a strategy used by the brain to protect itself from trauma. Next subject. That's why people who are indiscreet need to be. They'll protect it. Like, hey, what do you mean it's a problem? I need to do this. It's like, oh, that's sick. We all need to do a lot of gross stuff every day. Hello. Wow. Just flew right over me and started singing. My mom says she stopped drinking again. Ugh. After 2+ weeks of sexual assault, she stops drinking. Things are kind of back to normal. I gotta generate some money. Badger. Why do I see Badger? What are the cards I dropped? So Dragonfly. That lady will ever say hi to me again. Hopefully not. Eye of the tiger. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, I have the eye of the tiger. Definitely. Rocky Balboa had the eye of the tiger. Because he had to fight all those angry people. Celebrities always giving you this idea that, you know, having opulent amounts of wealth is something you should aspire to. You know, $1 billion homes, 38 bathrooms, expensive jewelry, $1 million cars, you know, richy rich lifestyle, right? And chances are the rulers of the world, that's not how they think at all. That's how they want you to think. You know, they're people of ideas. They're people of intelligence, incredible intelligence, and incredible. Um, Hi. Incredible intelligence. So, what do they need stuff for? You know, sure, stuff, you know, whatever. Toilet, bathroom, refrigerator, food, but people with lives of the mind, to be freed up of a lot of other hassles so that you can pursue all kinds of craft. And we assume that the main craft of the leaders is manipulation of humans. But I think that's pretty much like standard fare for them. Like, you might be able to crack into it, but you'd just be getting into like how someone seems to achieve manipulating humans. Is there a sun behind me or something? I keep seeing this flashing light in there. I think it's my. Anyway. Um, but what else do they do that you don't even know? Do they commune with angels, demons, spirits? Do they somehow enjoy regular human life as an entertainment or sport, food, as has been suggested? There are so-called celebrities who claim that they've eaten human and that it's good for you. I don't know. Something tells me that's not entirely true. But I do think that human meat is in the food supply of the general population. I do. I think they're using dead animals, dead humans, dead babies, where they can in the food supply, especially fast food meat, flavorings, things like that. So I think fast food, the reason people have stomach aches a lot from fast food is because you're eating human meat. I'll never eat a McDonald's hamburger or anything. Good luck with that. I mean, I don't think you're going to die necessarily. I just don't think it's a good thing to eat. You should eat meat that made from real animals, not humans. Basically, it's a dietary thing. I just don't dig on human. No offense to those of you who like McDonald's, because old McDonald is in the fucking hamburger. I'm sure almost anyone in the world can recollect as a child going into McDonald's and how absolutely wonderful it seemed. Like, why wasn't every place like McDonald's? Part cafeteria, part adventure, part haunted house. The smells are uncanny. You can go to any McDonald's in the world and it just smells a certain way.